There's a conversation about relationships that nobody wants to have. We're taught to forgive, to give second chances, and to believe that love conquers all. But that's not love. That's denial dressed up as virtue. The truth is, some actions are so destructive that forgiveness becomes self-destruction. Some behaviors are so toxic that accepting them means losing yourself piece by piece. Today, we're talking about the unforgivable acts in a relationship, the ones that should end it, no matter how much you think you love them. This isn't about hate. It's about dignity, self-respect, and knowing where your boundaries end and your survival begins. Because forgiveness without change is just enabling abuse. Let's start with the most corrosive of them all, systematic lying. I'm not talking about hiding a birthday surprise. I'm talking about the kind of lying that rewrites reality. They lie about where they are, who they're with, what they're spending money on, and expect you to live inside their alternate universe. Once someone decides that lying to you is acceptable, they've already decided your reality doesn't matter. It starts small: a coffee that cost $3 when it was $7. You ignore it because it seems petty, but that silence is permission. Soon, it's working late when they're out with someone else. Then it's just a friend they're emotionally entangled with. Each lie you accept teaches them one thing: your trust is disposable. Next, public humiliation disguised as humor. The partner who makes you the punchline, who jokes about your weight, your habits, or your ambitions in front of others. Oh, don't ask him about finances. He can barely balance a checkbook. Or, she's trying to get in shape again. Let's see how long that lasts. It's not humor. It's humiliation. And when you object, they call you too sensitive. But jokes are meant to make everyone laugh, not just the bully telling them. Here's a psychological truth. Contempt is the #1 predictor of relationship failure. When someone consistently ridicules you, they're not teasing you, they're degrading you publicly. Number 3 is emotional manipulation and blackmail. If you loved me, you would. I guess I'm just not enough for you. Maybe I should just disappear. Sound familiar? That's emotional blackmail, one of the darkest forms of control. These people use your empathy as a weapon. They turn your compassion into chains. They study you, your fears, your insecurities, your trauma, and use them to bend you into obedience. Real love doesn't demand an emotional ransom. Real love doesn't make you responsible for their happiness. Because love chosen out of guilt isn't love, it's captivity. Then we have boundary violations posed as intimacy. Why do you need privacy? Don't you trust me? That's not intimacy. That's ownership. The partner who checks your phone while you sleep, tracks your location, or interrogates you about every message and every moment. They'll call it caring, but love without respect for individuality is possession. Privacy isn't secrecy, it's selfhood. And once someone erases your boundaries, they're not loving you, they're consuming you. Let's be crystal clear about number 5, physical aggression of any kind. A shove, a slap, throwing objects, punching walls, it's all violence. And it always escalates. Every act of aggression that gets forgiven teaches one lesson: violence works. Abusers don't lose control. They choose where to lose it. They don't throw things at their boss or a police officer. They save that behavior for the person they believe will stay. That's not anger. That's dominance. Number 6 is financial exploitation and control. Money is freedom, and freedom is power. That's why financial abuse is one of the most common and invisible forms of control. The partner who always forgets their wallet, runs up debt in your name, quits their job, but expects you to pay all the bills or guilt trips you for wanting separate accounts. They're not building a life asterisk with asterisk you. They're building a life asterisk on top of asterisk you. Financial abuse isn't always theft. Sometimes it's dependency by design. Next, isolation from your support systems. It starts small. I don't like your friends. Your family is toxic. You spend too much time on that hobby. Slowly, you wake up one day and realize they are your only emotional connection left. That's not intimacy, it's containment. Abusers isolate because isolation breeds control. When no one else has access to your mind, they can rewrite your reality. And once you're alone, they become your entire world and your prison. Number 8 is infidelity. Let's talk about betrayal, because cheating isn't a mistake. It's a series of choices. The choice to flirt, the choice to meet, the choice to lie, and the choice to destroy trust. Every affair requires planning, deception, and disrespect. You don't accidentally fall into someone's bed. And here, as a statistic most people ignore, someone who cheats once is 350% more likely to cheat again. Believe their patterns, not their promises. Number 9 is weaponizing your vulnerability. You told them about your past trauma, and now they call you damaged during fights. You shared a deep insecurity, and they use it as ammunition. That's not conflict. It's psychological warfare. When someone uses your secrets against you, they're teaching you that vulnerability equals danger. The tragedy is that you stop opening up, not just to them, but to everyone. That's how emotional abuse destroys future intimacy, not just your current love. And finally, number 10, the cycle of abuse and love bombing. This is the most seductive trap of all. They destroy you, then they adore you. They scream, then they buy flowers. They humiliate you, then they plan the perfect weekend. That's not love, it's trauma bonding. The highs feel intoxicating because the lows were hell. You start chasing relief, not happiness. You mistake the calm between storms as proof that things are getting better. They're not. The storm asterisk is asterisk the relationship. So why do smart, capable people stay? First, the sunk cost fallacy. I've already invested 5 years. But staying doesn't reclaim those years. It just wastes more. Second, the fear of being alone. But being alone is never worse than being slowly destroyed. Alone, you can heal. Together, you can't breathe. Third, the myth that love means endless forgiveness. But forgiveness without change isn't noble. It's self-neglect. If any of this sounds like your relationship, please listen carefully. You cannot love someone into being better. You cannot forgive someone into respecting you. And you cannot sacrifice yourself enough to make someone value you. Leaving isn't failure. It's recognition. It's strength. So what should you do? Document everything. Tell someone you trust. Contact support resources even if you think it's not that bad. Make a safety plan. Secure your finances. And when you leave, don't announce it. Just go. The cost of forgiving the unforgivable is always higher than the cost of leaving. When you finally walk away, you start to breathe again. Your anxiety quiets. Your health improves. Your friends return. Freedom from toxicity isn't an escape. It's a resurrection. Love is not rare. There are billions of people in this world who could love you without needing to destroy you first. But self-respect? That should be non-negotiable. Unconditional love doesn't mean unconditional tolerance. Love has conditions: respect, honesty, safety, and trust. Everyone makes mistakes, but not every mistake is forgivable. Believe people when they show you who they are. Your life is too valuable to waste on someone who treats it as disposable. The bravest thing you can do is walk away. And the most loving thing you can do is love yourself enough to never accept the unforgivable again. Thank you for watching. If this video resonated with you, please consider liking and subscribing for more content that helps you build the life you deserve. Stay safe and take care.